Hi there, thanks for watching The Social Life. If you're new to my channel, I talk about all things social entrepreneurship and life and everything in between. So today on Real Talk Tuesday, I'm going to be talking to you about what it will take for you to make your side hustle your full-time job. And there are quite a few things that you need to take into account when you're thinking about these things, whether you're a nonprofit or a for-profit. The first thing is obviously money. You need to be sure that you have enough money that you can support yourself full-time. And a lot of people think that that means that you're starting to make enough, but you need to see the trends in your budget. How much are you generally spending each month? How much is coming in each month? And is it enough to support you financially? Generally with a nonprofit, this could take quite a while. And a lot of people keep their day jobs while supporting their nonprofits, because generally when you first start out, you are not paying yourself. So the biggest question with this is, do you have enough money to justify taking a salary or a check for yourself? And this is a huge question. It's something that you would definitely need to discuss with your board, and it would need to be a salary that is benchmarked with other nonprofits that are doing some of the same things. So executive directors who are running nonprofits that are very similar to yours, you should be seeing how much they receive as a salary and then bringing that back to your board, and also your board coming with those benchmarks to say what they believe that you should be getting paid for your nonprofit. Second thing is your mission. Now, you may already have your mission and maybe you're even testing out that mission, but part of the issue when people start to talk about salary and things is that your organization has not gone through any tough decisions or even some pivots that may be necessary to make the organization work. When I first started Launchpad for Kids, there were a few things that in my mind I thought for sure this will accomplish the mission. But once I started testing it out, I realized that I actually need to pivot and make an organization work a different way. So within your first few years, you will actually find that there are a few things that you'll need to change in order for the organization to truly carry out its mission. So you need to make sure you're 100% focused and sure of your mission before you start thinking about taking out a paycheck. The third thing is understanding that there's an influx when you're working for a nonprofit organization or really any side hustle if you are the founder. The thing is that your funds will fluctuate. And so you either need to have a spouse who is 100% supportive of that, or you need to have a spouse who can support you while you run your organization. And obviously that should be a joint decision between the two of you, I'd hope. So you want to make sure that you have those things available for the infrastructure in place when you decide to let your full-time job go and work on your side hustle as your full-time job. The fourth thing I would say is having a team. Do you have a team behind you that is willing to work with you and help you figure out do you have a team behind you? Generally, this would be your board, or if you're a for-profit, this would be your advisors. And what this basically does is allow you, when a challenge comes up, it helps you have someone to go and have as a sounding board, ask them questions, find out what they think, and just a place for you to bounce your ideas and know that you have people in place who will also direct you and guide you into the right decisions. The fifth thing is, do you have people behind you? Do you have people who are in support of what you're doing? They believe that you have a viable and sustainable program. Are there things in place that are showing you that you have a sustainable idea that can scale to the point of your vision and that can grow and then also create more income for your organization and also for your salary to help you pay for staff? Things like that. And think about when you're thinking of pulling a salary or a check, think about what you would pay someone else to do this job. You know, when you're thinking about paying yourself, of course you want to be paid what you think is reasonable. But think about if someone else was coming in for a job, what are the things that you would expect from them and what would you pay that person? So you need to make sure that your organization is sustainable and has a viable idea so that people are supportive of putting someone in place to keep the program running. Number 6 is managing your organization. Are you a good manager? Are you the right person to be in the position of running your organization? And this is a tough thing to admit to yourself, but you really should rate yourself on some of the things like fundraising, management, running a board, managing volunteers, managing the clients in your operation. Those are the types of things you have to be very clear and honest about for yourself, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're managing, but maybe you're not a good manager. Maybe you need to hire a manager instead of hiring yourself. Are you good at doing the day-to-day tasks? Or would someone else be better at doing those day-to-day tasks, and maybe you're more of a top focus? Maybe you need a worker bee and you're more of the manager, or maybe you need a manager and you're more of the worker bee and you enjoy doing the day-to-day things. So you have to really look at where you belong in the mix. And just because you're the founder, you don't want to get in the mindset that you have to be the person running the program. And in fact, the best thing to do is to have someone else come in and run the organization. That's how you know you've created a true organization. You can then step away from that and oversee the entire thing while others are coming in and actually running the organization. So really think about where your place is in the organization and who you need to hire in order for the organization to run properly. So the next thing, number 7, would be basically marketing. Are you good at marketing your organization? Do you have things in place in order to market what you do and how you do it? Is your marketing clear and concise? Can people understand your mission and your purpose right away? Because if these are the types of things you're struggling on, it's not time to leave your full-time job yet. It's time to really focus and drill down, making that something very clear for the lay person to understand, so that people can get behind you and so they can understand your idea and it can be viable and you can attract talent that you need. So I would say really look at some of these areas, see where you are lacking, see where your strengths are, see where your weaknesses are, and what needs to be in place in order for it to run like a full-time organization, so that you can then pull a salary from your nonprofit or your side hustle. That way, you're really in place to be successful, and you're not hoping so much, you're not hanging your hat and everything that you have on your organization that you may or may not be able to make succeed. And that's real talk about all of this stuff, because once you start running your organization, there will be hiccups. There will be times when there is not funding coming in and you have to find another way, and you don't want to have everything hinging on that. So just have things in place, like talk with your spouse, see if your spouse is okay with you going full-time with your nonprofit or your side hustle, and that it may require that person to support you for a while, and just really focus on making sure that you have those types of conversations with your board, your spouse, your volunteers. Let them know that you are really considering going full-time with this and what that might look like before you can draw a salary, or what salary you need to draw and what that would take to actually be able to put those things in place and receive those funds. So the decision is really up to you, but these are just a few things for you to think about. I truly hope this video helped you today. And if you have not already, subscribe to the Socialife Diaries to get some one-on-one information from me, and just a way to connect on a deeper level than YouTube. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. And you can also find me on social media at Ashley Launches. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Thanks so much for watching.